Use this.
It's live. All righty. Hello, everyone. My name is Samuel Richardson.
And I'm Tiera Richardson.
And we are super excited to be live with you on this afternoon at 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So we're going to give about 2 minutes so that way we can kind of get everybody on the algorithm of social media. So that way we can go into what we're going to be talking about today. Are you excited, baby?
I am excited.
I'm so glad to have my best friend. I'm so glad to have my sweetheart, my queen, right beside me. And we're super excited. So we're going to give it about 1 to 2 minutes. So that way we can get people in on this live. We have some exciting information to share with you. And we are super excited, if you could not tell.
Yes, we are.
So definitely we're just going to hold on for a minute and then we'll be getting started shortly, okay? Hello. So if you can hear us, if anyone can hear us, please put in a comment, please, and let us know if you can hear us. It'll be greatly appreciated. We want to make sure that everything is working properly. So if you can hear us, please put in a comment and let us know. It'll be very much appreciated.
Let's see. We go to your page.
Testing. 1, 2, 3. Testing. 1, 2, 3.
Oh, looks like we're good.
Good. Great. I had someone put in a thumbs up. Very much appreciate that. Thank you. Yes. Blessings on this glorious day. You're right about that.
That it is.
That it is. So greetings, everyone. My name is Samuel Richardson, and I have my beautiful wife, Tiera Richardson, right beside me. And we are super excited. As you can tell in the title of our topic of conversation, it's going to be about not your average survivor. Yeah. So I wanted my wife to talk a little bit about that. What does not your average survivor means?
Man, it means so much to me because not only have I heard that so many times just from medical advisors, doctors, therapists, and just people. But I now feel it. I now believe it. And I understand that I am not your average survivor. And so that slogan is something I hold dear to my heart because I think it takes so much just for us to live life, right? But when you actually experience an unforeseen catastrophic life event, and then you are able to not just survive, but go beyond that. I think that's what it's about. I think it's about just not settling for what life just throws you, but really going and taking what really belongs to you. So that's what I think it is.
Yeah. And just to expound on that just a little bit, this is a new season for me and my wife and our son, Samuel IV. And the reason why I say this is a new season, because this is a new season of a new celebration. We had an opportunity to celebrate my wife for her 3-year stroke anniversary with those 2 cerebellum strokes that she had in 2018. And the reason why that's so significant, because we make sure we make it a point to just celebrate things that comes into our life, because so many times we can get caught up in just life itself that we forget the importance of being grateful.
Right.
The importance of being, happy and excited just for having life.
Right.
There's so many people that are going through things in their life and they're not taking the time to be thankful for the little things.
Right.
And, one of the things, there are several things that I'm thankful for being a husband, being a husband to my wife, respecting my wife, taking care of my wife. Also, another thing I'm excited for and thankful for is being a father of 3 children, Samaya, Deshaun, and Samuel IV, because those things bring great pride to me. And when you're talking about going back to the topic at hand, not your average survivor, man, if walls could talk, we have been through a lot of things. My wife has been through a lot of things. I'll never forget. We're going to share a video here in a little bit, is that when my wife was in a coma, and things didn't look good, and, she came close to death.
Yeah.
And, one thing I remember doing is having our 7-month-old son at the time, and he was just looking at my wife, and just the way he was looking, he was smiling, he was tapping her on her hand and on her body. And I decree, declare, and proclaim in that moment, at that time, is that God saved my wife, snatched death off of her, because I know not your average survivor means that you've come on the brink of death and be able to come back to life.
Right. Well, I thank you for one, holding it down and saying, all right, boo, I want you to stay. Of course. How else would you live life without me? Anyway.
Exactly. Yes.
But I'm excited about today, just because this really is just us saying, God, I thank you. I thank you for being so faithful. I thank you, God, just for just holding our hand. When I think about just looking back at all the videos of when I was in the hospital and I had my husband there, my son there, my mother there, and just this entire process of everybody just holding my hand, that I needed to hold my hand, but it was the right people holding my hand. It was God holding my hand when I couldn't really communicate with you, and I couldn't communicate with anybody else to really express what it was that I was feeling, because experiencing a stroke or any traumatic brain injury is something that the world can't see. It's invisible, right?
Yeah.
It's something that the world can't understand, because for me, I look like this. And I thank God that I look unscathed and I look like nothing has happened, but it's so much stuff that I deal with to this very day. And I want to just bring light to that. I want people to understand that just because you don't see what a person is going through doesn't mean that they haven't been through something. It just means that they have a special anointing on their life, and God just saw fit that they don't have to look bruised. And I think it's so important, guys, that we not just skate over things, or dismiss what people are experiencing. Do you have to pity them? No. But I think you definitely should understand. I think you should definitely have compassion. And I thank you for having compassion, because I know it's been some hard times where, your patience has been tested.
Yes.
Our marriage has been tested.
Yes.
Me not being able to be a mother full time, I know that's hard. And I just want to thank you just for being a ride or die. I mean, you really, really, really make life that much easier. And, I'm just grateful today to have my voice. I remember a therapist asking me, what is the number one thing that you want to have in this recovery journey? Because, stroke recovery is a lifelong thing.
Yes.
You're not going to just bounce back just like that. Even 3 years later, is a hell of a lot of things that I'm still working on. But what I wanted most was my voice. And so I went and looked back and listened to videos of myself talking, actually videos minutes before I actually suffered my stroke. And that's what was really important to me. And now I understand why it was just not my desire, but it was God's desire, because he wanted me to be able to be the voice for the voiceless, for people who had strokes like myself, that either actually died, or that they can't communicate. And so if I have the ability to communicate, then that's okay. I'm not going to be concerned about, everything else that everybody else can't see. I'm not going to stress about the depression or the anxiety or my upper and lower extremities being weak, or chronic fatigue, or can't sleep, or, just the list goes on. But guess what? I got a voice.
Yes, you do.
And I'll be damned if they ain't gonna hear it.
You better talk it. You better talk it.
I just gotta say what I gotta say. And I feel like that's really important for most people. You have to use what you have been left with. And I struggle with that, man.
Yeah.
I mean, for me, I was in denial.
Yeah.
I was, to be honest, y'all, I was pissed off.
Yeah.
Because, the day that I actually went into the hospital, I was at an event with my husband for our business. And for me, it was like, oh, we doing this, we building something big, we Bonnie and Clyde in this thing. I gotta be right at that. So when I woke up, that was my mind, like, oh Lord, I gotta get back. But I couldn't get back. But I was in denial about it.
Right.
I couldn't even remember nothing. It was painful to even think. To this day, I can't even text, because it's too much mentally. I have to tell people to call me.
Yeah.
But I had to get to the point of knowing that it wasn't about getting back to who I was, but it was about who I was becoming. And I know for me, it was important for our marriage.
Yes.
Because I was trying to convince you, I still got it together. I'm still the same wife. And honestly, I'm a whole nother woman.
Yeah, you are.
Much different. And I know it's hard as hell, but I thank you for being patient with me, because we both had to grow, and we both had to survive this. And I think that's what makes you not an average survivor yourself in this, especially as my caregiver.
Yeah. And this is something that me and my wife, and we've been told by several people that are very close to us. We have a small circle. And what I mean by small circle is the people that we trust and confide in. And there's been people that's been telling us, people need to hear our story. People need to hear what we bring to the table and what we have been faced with in our life, and how God has been so good in our life. So Not Your Average Survivor is a part of our brand. It is something that is trademarked. It's something that is protected. So we take our business seriously, because we do not mind investing in ourselves. This is a passion of ours. This is something that we love doing. And just going back to the topic at hand, it has been hard. It has been extremely difficult, raising a child, because when we got married, we was head over heels for each other. We never thought that my wife would be facing 2 cerebellum strokes. We never thought that she'll be facing a near-death experience, especially at the age that she was at. But I would say to you is that everybody is going to be tested, not when things is going good. But the true test and the true commitment comes in when things is not going your way. When you're going against the grain, when things are coming at you and you just seem like you can't catch a break. See, it's within those moments, that God has a destination for our life. And we said to ourselves, God, we know that you wouldn't put more on us than we can bear. So when we cast our cares upon him, I remember it was in the bathroom and I had my son and I was changing him. And this is when you was in ICU. And I had made a video and I posted on social media.
I remember that.
Yes. And a lot of people don't realize, I am a motivational speaker, but when I post things, I'm posting things for myself. See, I remember, sometimes you have to encourage yourself when you don't have nobody to encourage you. That's right. That's a song. Yeah. And I said to myself, will yourself to victory. Will yourself that everything is going to be okay. See, you only can control what you can control.
Facts.
And when I start realizing that, because what we've been through is that, God, I'm gonna leave it in your hands. See, I can't save my wife right now. I done did everything that I can do. I made the decisions for the surgeons to do emergency surgery on you, but I know I only can cast the cares upon him and the people that are doing the surgery on my wife. So when I did that, I had no doubts that my wife was going to come back to life. See, this is what Not Your Average Survivor is all about. It's about being more than average. It's about being more than enough. It's about when you don't have no one to root you on, or if you don't get no likes, or if you feel nobody is supporting you, you say to yourself, I'm not your average survivor.
No.
What you thought? You thought that I was not going to make it because you wasn't supporting me?
What?
No.
What you said?
Where they do that at?
Where they do that at? Right. So they don't know what you made up of. They don't know what I made up of. They don't know the God that we serve. And so, it's all right.
That's fine. That's fine.
It's all right.
And we love this. This is something that we love to do. We love getting in the forefront. Yes, Robin.
Right to the throne.
That's right. We are a prime example. We practice what we preach. And this is something that we've been doing. I said to my wife, is that baby, you done been through a lot. Somebody needs to hear your testimony.
When you say that, how that you have a story, because I'm sure when I think of other people's story, I get moved. And it's not until I look at my own story and I realize, like, oh, okay, I guess I have a story myself. But, you're like, nobody really cares. Nobody's really going to be, moved by that. But I've gotten such a massive response, whether it's from just people I know, or even, other stroke survivors, where it's like people by the hundreds, that are really, really needing to hear the fact that you don't have to stay in the state of where you started. You don't have to look like it. You can actually experience joy. You can actually experience having peace. And I need people to understand that the joy and peace comes from within.
Ooh.
All right.
Yes,
because I'm going to tell you, I didn't have peace, nor did I have joy coming out of having this stroke, because I was mad as hell. I was like, how did this happen to me? I was not sick. I was in the gym the day before.
Mm-hmm.
I was young. I'm on active duty with the military. I'm looking at all these different things and I'm like, why? I don't have any family history. And then the doctors can't tell me, okay, well, how this actually happened, what actually caused it. And so I'm thinking, well, God, why? Well, what you trying to do? But then I realized he wrote this story.
Yes.
He wrote this story. And what he said and what he did was he said, okay, I'm gonna give you a stroke, and you know what? Maybe I may need to change up the words, but he may have allowed that to happen. But how he brought me out of that particular situation is rare.
Yeah.
Only 26% of people survive from a cerebellum stroke. 26% of people. Not only did I survive, but I came out. I feel greater. I feel like, yes, I lost so much. I can't run anymore. You know, I'm now fully retired. I can't sleep. You know, it's things I can't even voice.
Yeah.
That are struggles.
Yeah.
But what I would say is that it's not over yet. And I need other people to know that it's not over yet.
Yeah.
It's not over yet.
Yeah.
This is a lot, you know, like this is a lot that I'm even, you know, really talking about it, I guess, to this degree. It feels crazy, nerve-wracking and good all at the same time, because I'm here.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yes, you know, 3 years ago, I had a stroke, but I was still in the bed. I was still in ICU. But I'm here today. And
you better say
I had a baby that I was still breastfeeding. I'll never forget when I woke up and I wanted to still breastfeed him, and they told me, oh, you can't breastfeed him anymore because of the medication that you're on now. And these things, man, that stripped me down to the white meat. And I'm still hurt almost to this day.
Yeah.
But I'm just grateful that I'm still here.
Yeah.
I'm grateful that I can still participate in him getting a bath at night and, you know, waking up in the mornings. And I'm just glad that I'm not just a mom. I'm not your average mom, you know?
Yeah.
I'm a mom that suffered not one, but 2 strokes. But I'm here to be a mother, and I'm here to still be a wife.
Yeah.
And I hope that even in the areas of me falling short, even when I don't, because I don't remember much of anything anymore.
Yeah.
My memory is really, really, really bad now, but I'll always remember what you've done for me. I'll always remember how faithful you've been to me, how you've always uplifted me, and how, as much of an alpha woman I am, and always wanting to be a part of, you know, building this legacy with you, even in my weakest moments, you've made me feel strong. And so I thank you for not pushing me to the side, but lifting me up and, you know, nurturing my vision even after, and allowing me to pivot and letting me know that it was okay, you know, because I was so stuck on what was. And now I'm hell bent on what is. And so
it's okay, baby.
That's pretty much it for me.
It's okay. And and you know, as my wife, you know, this is real as we're communicating with y'all, because it's very important for us to live in our truth. You know, no one can tell your story better than you. And I'll be doggone as the head of my household and as your husband and as the father is to not tell our story, because it needs to be able to reach out to people, because it can be a blessing to somebody. You don't know the words that my wife or just said, how it can just communicate just to people to be able to help save someone from their circumstances or what they're going through. Mm-hmm. And this is something my wife, I helped my wife, of course. We made a video and it's off of Tasha Cobb, You Hold My Hand. And as we was putting the video together, she posted on her social media outlets, which I helped her on. It was something that really, we both got emotional because we have a son, and he was there through everything, and to be able to witness it and see that he had his father with his mom every step of the way. Do you know of a positive impact that can make on him? And this is something that we are real committed to. So what I wanted to do for a brief moment is just to share that video. We do not own the rights of this video, of the song of Tasha Cobb, You Hold My Hand. But we definitely wanted to share it because I feel it was something that was a powerful video to really resonate with you and to resonate to people who probably going through some things, to help uplift them. So give us a brief moment.
Yes. Hear the sound.
Oh, wow. How can you not get moved from watching a video like that? Me and my wife made a commitment early on in our marriage is to document our life, because we never know of a testimony that can come from it. We want our son to be able to see, how he grew up, what I'm saying, even from a baby. And I was able to record those moments, those moments that are priceless. Yeah. And I think we get so caught up in life that we just don't catch those moments. Even when my wife was in ICU, I still had faith. I still believed that she was going to make it through. Not once did I thought that something bad was going to happen or that she was going to die, because I did not allow that to enter in my mind. Not one time did I say I'm going to have to move on with my life without my wife. No, not one moment, because, as a true testament, as a husband and as a father, I believe is to be the anchor for your family, no matter what, through hell or high water. Right. I'm going to be able to take that bullet. I'm going to be able to take those shots. I'm going to be the concrete that's going to be unwavering, no matter how strong the wind, no matter how strong the storm. It needs to be someone that can stand firm and, and sit in it.
Sit in it. Mm-hmm.
Stand in it.
Yes.
No matter what, to or fro, I'm going to stand in it. If it hurts me, as long as it doesn't kill me, I'm going to keep pushing. And I mean that from the bottom of my heart. This is true. This is authentic. And we hope that these words is something that can actually touch someone that's watching this video, because this is something that me and my wife have been wanting to do for a while now. Yeah. And it's time.
It is.
It is time.
And it's your time.
It's your time.
Because just like I have a story and we have a story, you have a story.
Yes.
We all have survived something.
Yes.
Something.
Yes.
And the crazy part is, even when you think you've went through the biggest storm, there's always something that's even bigger that's going to come and test your strength. Yeah. It's going to come test your willpower. And I just thank God for giving me the strength to be able to endure. the wisdom to be able to even acknowledge that when I go through something, there's a lesson in it all. There's a lesson in everything that we deal with, even things that we're dealing with to this day.
Yeah.
But I have so much faith in knowing that God has us in every aspect, and he has you in every aspect that you can't even imagine. Sometimes I have to just kind of run it back of all the things that he's actually done. And when I think about it, I'm like, oh, this situation, as big as it may seem, oh, this is small fries to God. This is something so small. So thank you, honey.
You're very welcome. And we're going to leave off. Before we leave off, I lost my dad back on March of 2017. And he never got an opportunity to see his other grandchild, which is Samuel the fourth. And it was something that I went through some things in my life, dealt with some trauma, still dealing with some trauma from that. And this is something me and my wife strongly believe in, seeing a therapist, into professionals. See, that so many people, man, and I know I can speak even from the Black community. Sometimes we look at seeing a therapist as a sign of weakness. No, it's not a sign of weakness. Everyone needs someone that they can talk to, even outside my spouse, someone that's a professional, because it's a trauma. When I lost my dad, I lost my dad from cancer, and to see how his body was breaking down, and even at his lowest, he even talked to me and said, "Sam, baby, are you okay?" That's a father. Yeah, that's a parent. Yeah, even in spite of what they were going through, they still want to ask, "Are you okay?" And I say that to say this: when my wife was going through what she was going through, I said, I can't lose my wife. I lost my dad the year before, and I'm not going to do this. I hold tight to her. I was there every step of the way, every day. Yeah. Because, that's how much I love her. And we love everyone that's been able to get on this streaming live with us. We appreciate y'all. We thank you for the so much kind words. It's really a blessing to us. And we really appreciate y'all.
Yes. And we don't mind you guys sharing it. If you want to share it with someone that you feel may benefit from hearing it, definitely share it. That would be great.
Yes. So from Samuel and Tiera Richardson, we'll see y'all next time, and take care. Okay.
Yes. See you guys next time.